Today I'm doing a partial water change on Cinderella's tank. This is always quite stressful for her. She's putting up with it so far. I've drained about 6 inches of water down in this 50-gallon tank, and right now I'm filling this tank here with warm and cold water. I have a really fast water change system that works well with non-chlorinated water, and right now I'm just about 50% down on the Cinderella's tank, and she's hanging in there really well. As soon as this tank gets clear full, I'll turn the water valve off here, and I will transfer the hose to Cinderella's tank and fill it. And looks like about another inch to go in this tank. Water changing is one of those necessary things that needs to be done. It gives you an opportunity with one of these underwater gravel systems to clean some of the debris that's in the water. I am going to stop the water outtake on Cinderella's tank by just simply lifting the hose out of the water here, and hopefully she doesn't get scared and she just stays inside of her tube. I'll just lay that tube on the floor. It drains outside into the backyard. Oh, it looks like this is now filling up to the top. I'll shut the water off here. I'm filling these tanks with about 78-degree water. I just do it by hand. I find that my hand is able to test the water pretty accurately. I'm going to take this connection and put it into the tank here, and hopefully when I turn it on it's not going to frighten Cinderella. If she gets really scared, she can really thrash this tank tremendously, and so far so good. She's content to hide inside of her tube, and I have that water turned on all the way. This is one time I did a water change on her, and she just went, well, literally crazy inside of the 50-gallon tank and stirred it up really bad. She had food in her stomach. She upchucked all the food that she had in her stomach for about 8 hours, and it caused a really horrible case of water pollution in my tank. I had to remove all the water, and I did a water change, constantly putting water in like this and taking it out until I got all of the stomach contents and acid out of the water. It was the worst case scenario that you could ever imagine. Anyway, it looks like this is going to be a successful water change. The hose I have here laying on the floor goes into the kitchen, and I have a real neat connection where I've take water not from the kitchen sink but from the connections under the kitchen sink. I've added a couple of hoses, and you won't be able to see them here, but I have an adjuster here for cold water, and this side here is for hot water, and so I have little marks here that I can see, and I can put my hand right here and pretty much tell what the temperature is of the water as it mixes between these two. Well, I better get back to changing water. Just thought you might find it interesting about partial water changes and how I do them.